$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote.
Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal. Should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about
it. It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
Seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius.
Why attack Sanders? Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay.
like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
I'll kiss every guy, man and woman, man and woman. Look at that guy, how handsome he is. I'll kiss him. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother.
Dub is the shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night.
Hello, users, and welcome to another show. Above it all, we're here once again on this day. What the fuck is Tau? Got a lot of math nerds up in this chat room. Nerd! That's right, Mila. You're a nerd! Unlike me, I'm not a nerd. I'm cool as hell. Yeah, that's right. Mila? Nerd! Me, though? Cool as hell. Yeah, that's right. I am so cool. Yeah. Anyway, Milo's a nerd. But thank you for the math lesson. I dropped out of high school. So, we got a show today. A broadcast. A broadcast. Emphasis on broad. Got a curtain. There's a curtain there. Drinking my coffee. That's some good fucking coffee. Anyway, so we got a show going on. This is no good. Subway restaurant worker killed after dispute over mayo. What? This is America, folks. An employee at a Subway restaurant in Atlanta was shot and killed Sunday after a customer got upset about a condiment on his sandwich. Police were called to the restaurant near Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta shortly after 6:30 p.m., a news release from the police department said officers found 2 employees shot and 1 woman was later pronounced dead at the hospital. So technically it's a mass shooting. Technically, mass shooting is what, 3 or more people getting shot? This is a mass shooting over mayonnaise? The mayo mass shooting? Unbelievable. This was a very tragic situation that did not have to occur. No fucking shit, deputy dumb fuck motherfuck. It said during a news conference on Monday, the suspect came inside the restaurant ordered a sandwich, and there was something wrong with the sandwich that made him so upset he decided to take out his anger on 2 of the employees here. Wait, 2 employees shot and 1 will. Okay, so now it's not a mass shooting. It's two people shot and 1 of the 2 were killed. Okay. All right, I can't use the headline Mayo mass shooting. Fuck. If only someone else would have gotten shot. When you really think about it, the real victim here is me, not being able to make the title of this video be Mayo mass shooting. Why didn't the manager like walk out of the back room and get shot or something? Like, that's honestly, I'm kind of pissed off about this. But anyway, 36-year-old male was arrested Sunday night. Well, that's how you can tell this wasn't a mass shooting. That's how you can tell, because they arrested someone. That's really the telltale sign that this is not a mass shooting. Because if you would have killed an extra guy, the police would have never found you. The medical examiner identified the victim as Brittany Macon, 26. I'm 26. Imagine, this is why I don't have this is why I work from home. I don't want to work at Subway. Some motherfucker's going to kill me. I'm 26. Imagine my life story ends because someone shot me because I put too much mayonnaise on a Subway sandwich. Like, Jesus. Wow. 24-year-old woman who was also shot is in critical condition. Her 5-year-old son was also in the store at the time of the shooting. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Hinton said the dispute was over too much mayo on the sandwich, but stressed the focus should be on the gun violence, not the mayo. It just breaks my heart to know that someone has the audacity to point a weapon and shoot someone for as little as too much mayonnaise on a sandwich. Willie Glenn, the co-owner of that Subway, told CNN, they were just model employees. Fucking gives a shit if they're model employees. That's not how we judge whether or not they deserve to get shot. A spokesperson for Subway said, our deepest condolences go out to the... I don't care. There have been 74 homicides in the city of Atlanta since the start of the year. Isn't that crazy? This is the world that we live in? Motherfuckers are shooting people over mayonnaise? Like, if you were to tell me that this is like a plot line for like a sitcom, I wouldn't believe you. I'd say, no, that's too... It's not realistic enough. Mayonnaise, really? Like, you might as well... You should make a mustard, right? Like, mayonnaise, come on. But no, this is the real world. So, everyone glad to be here. Hopefully everyone in America is having a good time. Shot and killed over mayonnaise. That's a world that we happen to be inhabiting at this moment in time. Shot and subsequently killed over mayonnaise. It's incredible. Let's go Bodan. I agree. Everyone say hello to Bodan. Round of applause for Bodan in the chat room, everybody. Put your hands up. Say hello to Bodan in the goddamn. I have covered a couple of protest things. Bodan, I made a big video about it a couple days ago. There's more I can say, but, you know, I'm just pacing it. Let's go Bodan. I agree. I read that, Courtney. What, weren't they killed? Some stupid fucking cop was killed by another stupid fucking cop during like a training exercise. I think they were killed, right? Because that's funny. The good guys with the guns, not so good at their aim. I heard the Green Day vocalist decided to trash away his American passport because of the abortion policy in America. Goddamn. Billy Joe is still based. They murdered him. No, they didn't, Courtney. Murder is a legal definition, a legal term. They did not murder him. They killed him. They ended his life, but they did not murder him. In the same way that you cannot murder a pig, you cannot murder a cockroach. You cannot murder a cop. Anyway, speaking of legal definitions, he's dead! Goddamn rip. Or just rih. No P, just rih. 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 Alright, folks, so we got a big story here. The Supreme Court, rogue institution on a tear. You have no rights in this country. A lot of people get pissed the fuck off when I say that. I remember I made this one video. They got a lot of right-winger attention. I think it got like a couple thousand views, I want to say maybe a month ago. I don't know. And in the video, I was, expressing how we don't have rights in this country. There are no rights. If your rights can be taken away at a moment's notice, they're not rights. I mean, it's just that simple. Right? So, previously, in this country, we were under the impression that we had a right to free speech, a right to a separation of church and state, and a right to secular schooling. That is what we used to live in the society, but all those rights have vanished. According to this new Supreme Court ruling, the Supreme Court hands down the religious right a big victory by lying about the facts of a case. Kennedy v. Bremerton School District is a big victory for the religious right, but only because Gorsuch misrepresents the facts of the case. And then we have this classic photo here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. The Supreme Court handed down a landmark decision in Kennedy v. Bremerton School District on Monday, overruling a 1971 case laying out how the government must keep its distance from religion. But Justice Neil Gorsuch's opinion for himself and his fellow Republican appointees relies on a bizarre misrepresentation of the case's facts. He repeatedly claims that Joseph Kennedy, a former public school football coach at Bremerton High School in Washington State, who ostentatiously prayed at the 50-yard line following football games, often joined by his players, members of the opposing team, and members of the general public, offered his prayers quietly while students were otherwise occupied. Justice Brett Kavanaugh did not join a brief section of Gorsuch's opinion concerning the Constitution's free speech protections, but Gorsuch otherwise spoke for the court's entire Republican majority. Because Gorsuch misrepresents the facts of the case, it's hard to assess many of its implications. The court's decision to explicitly overrule Lemon v. Kurtzman, the 1971 decision that previously governed cases involving the constitutional language prohibiting an establishment of religion, has obvious implications for future lawsuits. Lower court judges will no longer apply Lemon's framework to establish clause cases. So basically what happens here is some stupid fucking coach is like, can't we just pray? I want to pray to my God. And that's fine. If you want to pray to your God, that's cool. I don't give a shit. That's kind of the whole thing about like prayer in schools and secular schooling, is that if you want to pray to a God, if I want to pray to the flying motherfucking spaghetti monster, that's fine. It's all good. But the problem is when you force students or, manipulate them in ways to do something that is technically unconstitutional. That's where the problem lies. So if someone doesn't pray and you fuck with them, that would be a roundabout way of forcing them to pray to a God that they might not believe in. But it's not clear how the lower court judges should now navigate questions about the separation of church and state. Although the court overrules Lemon, it does not announce a fleshed-out test that will replace Lemon. Instead, Kennedy announces a vague new rule that the establishment clause must be interpreted by reference to historical practices and understandings. What? Moreover, because Gorsuch's opinion relies so heavily on false facts, the court does not actually decide what the Constitution has to say about a coach who ostentatiously prays in the presence of students and the public. Instead, it decides a fabricated case about a coach who merely engaged in private and quiet prayer. If the facts of Kennedy actually resembled the made-up facts laid out in Gorsuch's opinion, then Kennedy would have reached the correct result. Even under Lemon, a public school employee is typically permitted to pray quietly while they are not actively engaged with students. Gorsuch's opinion, however, describes a very different case than the one that was actually before the court. Coach Kennedy engaged in very public prayer. In the real case that was actually before the Supreme Court, Coach Kennedy incorporated motivational prayers into his coaching. Eventually, these prayers matured into public, after-game sessions where both Kennedy's players and players on the other team would kneel around Kennedy as he held up helmets from both teams and led students in prayer. After games, Kennedy would also walk out to the 50-yard line where he would kneel and pray in front of students and spectators. Initially, he did so alone, but after a few games, students started to join him. Eventually, a majority of the players did so. One parent complained to the school district that his son felt compelled to participate despite being an atheist because the student feared he wouldn't get to play as much if he didn't participate. This is where the problems start to actually happen here. When the Bremerton School District learned of Kennedy's behavior, it told him to knock it off. Though it did offer to accommodate Kennedy if he wanted to pray when he wasn't surrounded by students and spectators, then Kennedy did end some of his most extravagant behavior, such as prayer sessions where he held up the helmets. Can we talk about how, like, religious people are fucking crazy? Like, praying is fucking crazy, stupid shit, man. I pray to God that we're gonna have a bountiful life and we're gonna play goddamn football. Like, what? It's fucking football. Why are you praying over football? Don't we have more important things to fucking pray about? If I've got a limited amount of prayers, if I can only pray once or twice a day, I don't know what the limit is. But if I'm gonna pray, I'm not gonna pray about a fucking football game that's over, by the way. Like, he's praying after the game. Like, not before the game. He's praying after the game. Motherfucker. Like, can you find a more useless thing to fucking pray about? Jesus goddamn Christ. But Kennedy also went on a media tour presenting himself as a coach who made a commitment with God. I don't even know what that means. I got a commitment with God. The guy gotta pray after the game. Otherwise, God will strike me down and kill me. What the fuck? Kennedy's lawyer informed the school district that the coach would resume praying at the 50-yard line immediately after games. So basically, he got picked up by local right-wing media, and he was like, I got a permit, God! And then right-wing media basically emboldened him, and he hired a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, yeah, by the way, we're not cutting it out. I'm gonna go pray with God. What? At the next game following this tour, coaches, players, and members of the public mobbed the field with Kennedy when Kennedy knelt to play. A federal appeals court described this mob as a stampede, and the school principal said that he saw people fall, and that, due to the crush of people, the district was unable to keep kids safe. Members of the school's marching band were knocked over by the crowds. Contrary to Gorsuch's repeated claims that Kennedy only wanted to offer a short private personal prayer, Kennedy was surrounded by players, reporters, and members of the public when he conducted his prayer session. This shit is crazy, man. This is 2022, and motherfuckers are, I'm gonna go pray to God, and everyone get off the bleachers and come on down. We're praying to God today. Like, if you wanted to pray to God, like, before the game, like, I pray that we win, that, you know, whatever. But why would you pray after the game is over? It doesn't make any sense. Gorsuch dismisses photographic evidence by claiming that not a single Bremerton student joined Mr. Kennedy's quiet prayers. After his game, he claims the players and prayers. I can't with this fucking shit. Holy fuck. Now I know how Japanese people feel. Christ almighty. He claims that the players depicted in the photograph are from the opposing team. So the players join for the prayers. I can't. Okay. Whether those players are from the Bremerton School District or not, that doesn't change the fact that Kennedy engaged in a very public prayer session. Jesus fuck. The point is, the Supreme Court justices are lying. They're lying. They're just making up a new, like they're making up a new case. Like, if the guy were to go out there and go like, I pray to Jesus and, you know, god dang. Like, what do? They smack themselves in the head and stuff. Like, what do? These fucking weirdo Christians. I pray to God. Like, I don't, like, if you want to do that in the corner, and then we can all look at you and go like, you see that guy? Yeah. He's praying to God. Right? That's fine. But this motherfucker jumps to the middle of the field and says, come on with me. We're gonna go pray to God. We're gonna go pray to God. The Lemon case, which the court overruled in Kennedy, held that the government's actions must have a secular legislative purpose, that their principal or primary effect must be one that neither advances nor inhibits religion, and the government may not foster an excessive government entanglement with religion. A public school official conducting a very public prayer during the course of his official duties as a government employee clearly violates the Lemon test. Lemon was handed down in a different era when the court insisted the government must remain neutral on questions of religion. Just last week, however, a case about government funding of religious education, the Supreme Court disparaged such calls for neutrality, even holding that laws which deny funding to religious institutions in order to maintain the government's neutrality on matters of religion are unconstitutional. So basically, the court is now going more into the theocratic direction. The Supreme Court of the United States is, again, they're basically doing a bunch of fucking crazy shit. Like, it's really insane. Like just the last couple weeks of rulings that we got. So, like, okay, so in New York, gun laws, they don't count. You can't have a gun law in New York. Interesting. But when it comes to abortion, you can have a state law. So, states' rights when it comes to abortion. But no states can have laws when it comes to guns. Huh, interesting. Right? So that's bizarre. Of course, we've had the religious bullshit that they're going. They're just basically defending religious institutions over and over and over again. Clarence Thomas has signaled that he's coming for gay rights, marriage equality, the right to birth control. Crazy shit. We've also got another case on the docket in regards to the ability for the administrative state to really exist. Recently, a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, the Supreme Court basically struck down a lot of powers of the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. And it's looking more so that they're going to go in that same direction with the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, I believe it's called. So the Supreme Court's basically giving a lot more power to religion, a lot less power to the administrative state. And on states' rights, it's up in the air. With guns, no such thing as state rights. It's, you know, it's Constitution, federal government. When it comes to abortion, there's no such thing as pursuit of happiness and liberty. Fuck that shit. No. States' rights. Isn't that interesting? And of course, again, it's notable that they're just lying about facts in a lot of these cases. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They just lie. That's the typical thing for Republican politicians, and that's what Supreme Court justices are. They're politicians. They are politicians with lifetime appointments because our country is fucking stupid. So, yeah, we're fucked. It's going to be crazy shit. Joe Biden has signaled he's not doing anything. Kamala Harris came out, did an interview. Maybe I'll cover this. She's not doing anything. Nancy Pelosi, she's making a couple bucks from her fundraising emails. It's over. The Biden administration literally isn't going to even try to do anything. They're not even going to try. In fact, maybe I'm going to cover that. Let me go get this. So, Kamala Harris, theoretically, at least according to my understanding, is the Vice President of the United States.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
They've given up. The Biden administration has given up. Before they've done anything. They gave up before we even got started. Harris says administration isn't discussing abortion services on federal land. They could, if they wanted to, convert any federal land to abortion clinics. They wanted to. They could have an office in the back room of every federal courthouse that's an abortion clinic. They want to. But they don't care. The Biden-Harris administration doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about you at all. Vice President Harris said the Biden administration is not discussing. They're not even discussing it. Like, it's not that they're discussing it and they're probably not going to do it. They're not even discussing it. It's verboten to discuss doing anything for people that need health care. Not discussing providing abortion services on federal lands in the wake of the Supreme Court ruling. I mean, it's not right now what we are discussing, Harris said in an interview with CNN's Dana Bash on Monday. But don't read ahead. Just guess. I want you to guess. I'm sure you already read ahead a little bit. But just guess here for me. Why aren't they discussing this? Well, the answer. But I will say that when I think about what is happening in terms of the states, we have to also recognize that we are 130 days from an election. Oh. Which is going to include Senate races, she said, turning the attention to the upcoming midterms. Oh. Like, this is my problem with the Biden-Harris administration, right? If you're not going to do anything, why make a big deal about how you're not going to do anything? That's what I don't understand, right? Like, if I'm going to, like, just avoid a scenario or avoid doing anything, you know what else I'm going to do? Avoid talking about how I'm avoiding it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm not going to do anything about this. I'm too much of a lazy fucking loser bitch. So I'm just going to stay home and ignore it, right? Like, but no, Kamala Harris goes out there and says, no, we're not going to do anything. And by the way, there's an election. There's an election? Oh shit, there's an election. Whoa! Jesus. Harris was questioned on what executive powers Biden has to act following the Supreme Court's historic decision. Democrats, including Elizabeth Warren and AOC, have called on the Biden administration to use federal land to create places where people can receive abortions in states that restrict them. Harris said that at the moment, the White House is focused on ensuring people seeking abortions receive care where they can. Okay, so let me get this straight. The Biden-Harris administration is working on people receiving abortions where they can, but we're not going to increase abortion access. What? I think that what is most important right now is that we ensure that the restrictions that the states are trying to put up that would prohibit a woman from exercising what we still maintain as her right, that we do everything we can to empower women, not only to seek, but to receive care where it's available. What? What? This reminds me of this one.
Should we have done that sooner?
We are doing it.
But should we have done it sooner?
We are doing it.
Like, what? Like, this is like historically awful politician shit. A White House official said in a statement that while the proposal was to offer abortion services on federal land was well-intentioned, it could still put women and providers at risk, including those who could face prosecution in states where abortion is now or expected to be banned. The point is that they're on federal land, and so therefore they are not doing this in the state, so therefore the state law does not apply. That's the fucking point. Biden, in remarks on Friday, vowed to do what he can with his executive authority, including by ensuring access to the FDA-approved contraception and medication to end early pregnancies. I love that he said, okay, I'm going to do what I can, except I'm going to tell you I'm not going to do what I can. So it's like, again, I'm not patting my head. I'm not doing it. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not patting anything. That's basically what Joe Biden's doing. His actions speak louder than words, right? But he's lying about what he can and can't do. He's saying he'll do something, and then he's not doing anything. It's insane. It's insane. I'm just so sick of these motherfuckers. Retro Boomer, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that my show is at least a distraction. Holy mackerel. Kofefe time? That's true. He did pray to God. I can't with these motherfuckers, man. I'm just... Oh. Folks, in better news, there's a Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection that was announced yesterday. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. It's finally happening. So, throwing that out there, in case anyone is depressed at the news today. Now, you no longer have to be depressed. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I'm excited for that one. I haven't played past Battle Network 3, so that would all be new games to me. So, hell yeah. Alright, got a show going on. Doing a program today. I mean, I decided to do a program today. I might speedrun some of them. I'm not sure. This is a crazy story. As you know in this show, I loathe political violence? I talk about it every day. I think political violence is bad. I think it's horrible. We on this show, we talk a lot about the Proud Boys. We talk a lot about the Antifas, who, let's be honest, they're the real fascists when you really think about it. Those that are against fascism, they're the real fascists. As we know, I hate violence. And where we live in this political climate is violence is so commonplace that even Rudy Giuliani is experiencing political violence. I'm going to play this video. This is a very serious situation. And let's listen.
About a third of the way through, I got hit on the back as if a boulder hit me.
A boulder? Folks, a boulder. Like, what is this, Resident Evil 4? Why are there boulders chasing this motherfucker? But wait, it was not a boulder? It was not a boulder. It was a radical Antifa super soldier, folks. Again, Antifa, the real fascists.
It knocked me forward a step or two. It didn't knock me down, but it hurt tremendously. I did not know what it was. I had no idea what it was. And all of a sudden, I heard someone yell at me something I can't repeat about what I am.
About what I am. So he's admitting that he's a scumbag here. Like, just low-key. I can't repeat it, but it is about what I am.
Curse words, dirty curse words, and then some more.
Also, scumbag is not a curse word. Let's be real. Let's be real. Scumbag is not a curse word. Okay? Fuckbag. Shitbag. Those are curse words. Scumbag, not a curse word. So I'm just...
More dirty curse words, and then a few more dirty... As he retreated, ran away. And then he turned around and he said that I was a woman killer. You kill women, your party kills women.
So, this is some insane stuff. Rudy Giuliani was slapped by a worker at a ShopRite on Staten Island on Sunday when campaigning for his son, leaving the 78-year-old former New York City mayor shaken. Giuliani said he had just gotten out of the men's room at the store on Veterans Road and was being greeted by a bunch of supporters when he was suddenly hit from behind, an incident caught on surveillance video obtained by the Post. All of a sudden, I felt this BAM on my back. I don't know if they helped me not fall down, but I just about fell down, but I didn't. I felt this tremendous pain in my back, and I'm thinking, what the? I didn't even know what it was. All of a sudden, I hear this guy say, "You're a fucking scumbag." So when he's talking to the New York Post, he can say that the scum word. But when he's speaking on a podcast, he can't say the scum word. And then he moves away so nobody can grab him. And he says, you're one of the people that's going to kill women. You're going to kill women, Giuliani said, quoting the suspect who now faces assault charges. So we have a video here. Let me reload this page. I think this would be the video, assuming it loads. It's got to wait. Is there audio? No, there's not. So here we have Rudy is somewhere. I think this is Rudy. Whoa! Oh my god! Alright, I'm going to do an instant replay here. This is crazy. So, the boulder. The boulder. But wait. Then afterward, this lady assaults him again. But not once, but twice. Look at this. This lady puts her hand on Rudy Giuliani, the America's mayor, folks, on his back, takes it off, puts it back on, and then rubs. That's assault. Was she charged with assault? I'm curious. How come only one of these people were charged with assault? Are the cops not doing their jobs? Wow. Hit with a boulder. Let's play this again. Oh my God! This is insane. Again, this is why we say on the show that Antifa are the real fascists. This is unbelievable. Political violence to this extreme. Where did law and order go in this country? Now, Rudy Giuliani says that he almost fell down. Let's watch Rudy's body language. Did he almost fall down? It seems that, now, if I'm watching this correctly, it seems that he did not even remotely go forward. In fact, I feel like he went backward. I feel like he got hit in the back and then moved backward. That's what it looks like. Let's watch this again. It looks like he just moves backward. This is insane. This is insane. The incident occurred 2 days after U.S. Supreme Court, blah, blah, blah. The slap felt like somebody shot me. Somebody shot me. Somebody shot me? I would have hit the ground and probably cracked my skull. Oh. But wait, folks. But wait, there's more. Charges downgraded against supermarket employee accused of slapping Rudy Giuliani. Charges against the man accused of slapping Rudy Giuliani on the back were downgraded Monday. The same day, the former New York City mayor called for him to be fired and prosecuted. Daniel Gill, 39, an employee of ShopRite supermarket in Staten Island, where Giuliani was campaigning for his son on Sunday. Why are people campaigning in the fucking at ShopRite, motherfucker? I'm trying to get my fucking bread. I'm trying to get my goddamn baked goods, dude. Get the fuck out of my grocery store. Can we get a law on no soliciting at the fucking grocery store? Jesus. Was initially charged by police with second-degree assault. However, prosecutors reduced the charge to misdemeanor assault with intent to cause physical injury. According to court records, 2 other misdemeanors, third-degree menacing and second-degree harassment, were added. Like, that's the thing. I'm glad he's being charged with assault, because assault with the intent to cause physical injury, because there's no way that that's gonna stick. Like, I'm sorry. The idea that you can prove that he was intending to cause physical injury, that's laughable. The jury needs to look at that tape and they'll just start laughing immediately and say he's innocent. This is hilarious. Prosecutors reduced the charge. I already read that. Gill was released on his own recognizance Monday following a hearing and is scheduled to return to court August 17. Legal Aid, which is representing Gill, characterized the encounter as merely a pat on the back, not a dramatic slap. Our client merely patted Mr. Giuliani, who sustained nothing remotely resembling physical injuries, without malice, to simply get his attention. as the video footage clearly shows. The statement said Gill was followed and threatened by one of Giuliani's associates who allegedly poked Mr. Gill in the chest and told him he was going to be locked up. You're telling me Rudy Giuliani's people poked him in the chest? Again, the political violence. This is tit for tat. When is it going to end? When is it going to end? Given Mr. Giuliani's obsession with seeing his name in the press and his demonstrated propensity to distort the truth, we are happy to correct the record on exactly what happened over the weekend on Staten Island, the statement concluded. Store security video published by the New York Post shows someone coming up behind Giuliani inside the store and placing his hand on his back without much reactive movement by Giuliani. Giuliani says that he almost fell down and cracked his skull and felt like he got shot. But in reality, he's just like, that's it. This was the action. Okay. The way he told the story, he's like, oh! In reality, I don't know what to tell you. This shit's great. This shit's fucking great. Holy fuck. How's everyone doing today? What's the vibe check? This is a vibe checkpoint. Folks, a vibe checkpoint. Where are we at? This is a vibe checkpoint. Oh, goddamn Reagan. Oh, boy. Hello, West Crosby. I'm okay, I guess. Whoa. Bob sounds depressed. You got an ad? Whoa. Everyone, give it up for West Crosby. Say hello to West in the chat room. Thank you for joining us, West Crosby, in the Above It All program chat room. Everyone say hello. Round of applause for West Crosby. Welcome. It's good to see you here. I'm glad you're with us today. And there you go. So...
get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Whew. God damn. Tomorrow is Cooking with the Bitch, folks. You might be wondering to yourself, upon hearing these words, if you're new here, is anyone new here? Cooking with the Bitch? That is profane. That is profane, you might be saying to yourself. What? That's right. Cooking with the Bitch is coming tomorrow. I am under the impression that some people still have yet to watch last week's Cooking with the Bitch program. Last week's Cooking with the Bitch program, as you can see, right here. I made a so-men noodle soup, and as you can tell, it looks really good right now. But tomorrow will be a brand new episodic installation at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So, is there a Cooking with the Bitch playlist? Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. I'm going to get it for you. A Cooking with the goddamn playlist. I don't know how playlists work. Okay. Yes. Okay, here we go. Boom. Playlist. Anyway, check it out. Whoa. How's everyone doing? Garlic every day. I love garlic. How am I doing? I am barely hanging on. I am barely hanging on. I got high as shit last night. And I'm still a little bit in there. Gonna drink some coffee. Ugh. All right. Let's talk about a movie. Movie review time. That's right. Do more news tomorrow. God damn. God damn motherfucking fuck. Y'all like movies in this chat? The Downfall the Hitler. What? No more news? I don't have anything else to cover. What a profound Downfall of the Hitler. Is that like a mistranslation? Yeah, the other day I was watching a movie, little known, Downfall the Hitler. I need suggestions for in-the-moment anxiety. About what? Like politics, or like the general state of the world, or like just personalized anxiety? Me, what do? I pet my dog. Where is my dog? Oh, there he is. I pet the shit out of my dog if I'm anxious. I'd play a video game. That kind of stuff. Listen to music, you know, headphones on, lay in bed. All that kind of stuff. If I'm having a anxiety attack. Yeah, I mean, getting high when you're anxious, also never a bad idea. Downfall, the Hitler story. I think I know enough about Hitler's story, personally. So first it's Downfall the Hitler. Now it's Downfall that Hitler. Bob, make up your goddamn mind. Max he's doing fine. He's going in for another injection very soon. Like, I think next week. So, it's gonna be something. Why am I wasting time? I'm talking to the fucking chat. We're in a QCock segment. QCock! Questions, comments, or concerns. QCock portion of the program. QCock. Get your questions ready, because now we're getting into the movie. So I'll field them after the fact. Yesterday, I watched a movie film, a filmographic experience. That's right. Back to the Future Part 3. Never seen these movies before, folks. Yesterday, I reviewed Back to the Future Part 1 and Part 2. Yesterday I watched Part 3. So, I mean, again, what a series, what a franchise. I mean, wow. Wow. Now, I was told yesterday, and as well by other people, that Back to the Future Part 3 is not as good as Part 1 and 2. And anyone who says that is a liar. They're a liar. They lied, and also they're dumb. So, like, not only did they lie, but they're also dumb. So, Back to the Future Part 3, I mean, it's, like, the thing about these movies is it's all one movie. Right? Like, in my opinion, it's all one movie. This is just like a 6-hour movie. You know what I mean? That's what this is. It's a 6-hour movie. And it's all great. So at the end of Part 2, Doc Brown gets stuck in 1885. And then Part 3 starts. Right? And there's like a letter that was delivered to McFly. And it's like, you know what? I'm in 1885, blah, blah, blah. Don't come back for me. So McFly is stuck in 1955. Yikes! You know what I mean? So then he's talking to Doc Brown from 1955. And, and then eventually they get convinced that they need to go to 1885 to save Doc Brown from 1985, who is in 1885. But McFly creates the plan with Doc Brown from 1955. There's a lot of different going on here. Anyway, so then they go back to 1885. There's the scene where, like, he enters and then he gets in that cave with the bear. Damn, that bear was adorable. I was honestly hoping that the bear was going to eat McFly just right then and there. Like, you know, the movie might have been a little shorter, but I was rooting for that bear, let me tell you. And so anyway, one of my favorite parts about all three of these movies is that the scene where, like, McFly hits his head and then, like, wakes up with his, like, mom taking care of him. It happens in all three of the movies. Like, in the first movie, it's just the young version of the mom. In the second movie, it's like the same age version of the mom, but in like the alternate Biff timeline. And then in this movie, it's like the great-great-grandma, and it's just really funny. The thing I love about these movies is just how goofy they are and how self-referential they are. I think it's just amazing. I mean, again, this is a movie series that I feel like I'll probably end up watching like at least 30 more times throughout my life. Really good stuff. So anyway, 1885, they're back in the old West. And, so then, McFly realizes that Doc Brown's going to get killed at some point. And, so he tries to go back there and save him. It's a great movie. I mean, I was so into this. This movie was so fun to watch. Like, they did the time period shit so well. I love the thing where it's like Doc Brown is actually building the clock tower that they use in Back to the Future 1. That's just so cool. I just loved this movie. I loved watching all three movies. Like, one of these days, I'm going to just watch all three back to back to back. I mean, it's just, I would have done that the other day, but it was, I started it too late. I didn't know I would be so into it. But god damn, these movies are so good. I don't know, again, I don't even know how to tell you how good they are. If you don't like Back to the Future, I mean, you're a fucking idiot. It's just that simple. You're a fucking moron if you don't like these. You have a low IQ. And I say that sincerely, and I mean that with every fiber of my being. This is not a joke.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
They're just fucking perfect. They're perfect fucking movies. They're perfect fucking movies. Like, all three of them. But anyway. So back, it's just so good. So Doc Brown eventually, gets involved with some school teacher lady. Right? And they start talking about, the time machine, the book that was, I guess, released a couple years before 1885. And, then eventually he tells her that he has to go back to 1985. And she thinks he's, just full of it. But then she, so that the ending is, the ending, by the way, holy shit, with that train scene. The whole scene with the duel and, the fighting, the villain Biff character, who's not Biff, but just some other guy that's played by the same person. Right? That was fun. That was enjoyable. And, but the train scene at the end, I was losing it. I was losing it at that train scene. Because, I was thinking to myself, there's no way they're all going to make it into the time machine. There's no way. It's not going to happen. And it turned out I was right. It didn't happen. So Marty McFly makes it back to 1985. Yeah, Donald James X in the chat. Seriously, man. Low IQ as fuck. Low IQ. If you don't like Back to the Future 3, you're a fucking moron. I don't know what to tell you. It's just you're stupid. You have a low IQ. I don't know, you watch my show for an hour and a half every fucking day, and you can't watch an hour and a half long movie that's, better than my show will ever be. The best Above It All podcast pales in comparison to Back to the Future 3, and yet you watch, fucking 60 of these a fucking year. I don't know, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. You got a stupid fuck IQ. But anyway, I'm triggered. So then they go back to the future. But then it turns out, the ending with the fucking train time machine, holy shit. Holy shit. It doesn't make any sense. They don't explain it. There's now a train-based time machine with flying wheels. It doesn't make any sense. No one explains it. And it doesn't matter, because it's a fucking stupid movie, and it's great. That's what I love about these movies, is that they take time travel, and they do it in the goofiest way possible. And so, when something doesn't really make any sense, don't bother being mad about it, right? It's just, it's a goofy movie. We're not watching, some super hardcore, this isn't, Donnie Darko or some shit, where it's supposed to be super serious and you're supposed to cry at the end. No, this is a goof fest. We're just fucking around in this goddamn movie. And that's what I love about it. It's just so fun. Every scene is so good. The self-referential stuff is so good. The way that they loop certain kinds of scenes is so good. It's just such a good fucking movie series. Again, I will probably watch these again at some point. Wow, I was having so much fun watching this shit. I really was. And of course, I love that McFly calls himself Clint Eastwood when he's in 1885. I think that's really funny. I mean, the whole thing was just really great. I don't know what to tell you. All three movies, go watch if you haven't seen the 1 and 2 review, you gotta go watch them. They're just, wow. I don't know what to tell you. Wow, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I was blown away. Like, it's like every moment of watching each of these movies, I was blown away. I was so consistently impressed. Because I went into the first one, and I went into the first one on, like, the tail end of the shroom experience. Like, maybe 2 hours after dosing. Right? And so, like, I watched 1 and 2 back to back the other day. And I was just so giddy about it. I was having so much fun. I was laughing. I was, like, sitting up against the TV just like this, like, whoa. Like, I was just watching it. And, like, yesterday, it was just, like, I wish I watched all 3 in the same day. But, like, it's a time commitment that I didn't expect to get in on. But damn, like, I was just having so much fun. It was just, I can't even tell you. These movies are so fun. Like, it's just fun. Like, this is a movie where it's like, I don't even think about, like, picking up my cell phone because I'm bored. I don't even think about, like, doing, like, I just want to watch the movie. Like, I'm enthralled. Like, it's very rare for me that I'll watch a movie that is so enthralling. I mean, it's not very rare, but, like, it's somewhat rare. A lot of movies, sometimes there's a lot of, like, But this fucking shit, I was enthralled. I was so in. It was just so fun. Like, every scene is so fun. And then you got the ZZ Top musical scene where they do the party in 1885. Right? That was fun. Like, they're all dancing and, fucking around, and it's just, it's great. It's great. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. I don't know what to tell you. Great movie. I recommend it. If you haven't seen it, you're a fucking idiot. And you can go back to a video or any show that I did as of 2 or more days ago and call me a fucking idiot, because in those videos, in those shows, I'd never seen Back to the Future. So, you have full rights. Every show I've ever done from Monday and in the previous, just call me a fucking moron, because I was. I was a moron, but now I'm not. And so I can't recommend these movies enough. Back to the Future Part 3 was a great end to the trilogy. And wow, I mean, just, I don't even know. It's all good. It's all just really good stuff. I really can't even. In fact, I won't even go on, because there's nothing else I could say until I watch it again. And when I watch it again, I will guarantee you I'll have more to say. But goddamn, what a film. So anyway, Q-Cock. Does everyone have their questions, comments, or concerns? Q-Cock. Q-Cock. Questions, comments, or concerns. Q-Cock. If I can find it somewhere, Bodan. How am I? I'm good. Teen Wolf at some point. Dread, hopefully soon. Please review. It's a mad world. Do it for the boomers. At some point, sure. Q-Cock. Holy cow, I wish I enjoyed movies like Andrea does. Just take my recommendations. Do I like Stanley Kubrick films? I mean, he's probably one of my favorite directors, so yes. My goal is to watch every Kubrick film while on mushrooms. Let me tell you, so far, A Clockwork Orange was the hardest. How bad was the latest AVGN video about the cat game? I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really, really good. I don't think it was as good as the other one, the one before that. But I thought that the cat game was great. I enjoyed it. I was laughing the whole time. Trying to finish my goddamn covfefe here. Hellbender on Shudder. Hellbender. Huh. Hellbender. So that would be on AMC. Hellbender. All right, here it is. Hour 22. Okay. I'll check it out. My Dinner with Andre? No, I have not. I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket yet. Hellraiser is phenomenal. Yes, I have HBO Max. Hellraiser 1 and 2, both of the first Hellraisers. Oh my god! Wow! They're just really, really good stuff. I haven't seen any of the other ones, but Hellraiser 1 and 2. Have I seen Reservoir Dogs? No, I have not. How am I liking Westworld? It's fantastic. I'm also excited for goddamn Better Call Saul, which I think is only 2 weeks away, no? Yeah, less than 2 weeks. Almost there. What am I going to eat today? You'll find out tomorrow on Cooking with the Bitch. I haven't. It's true. It's fucking true. Ugh. Anyway, this is the show. I mean, I'm pretty much ready to go. I'll watch Reservoir Dogs eventually, for sure. But I pretty much have to go. I gotta go use the bathroom, so that's it. It's 11:22. I mean, that's all you get. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some news and more. That's it. Thanks for watching.
I went in yesterday and there was a television screen, and I said, "This is genius."
Seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce. $7 million for reef fish management.
$25 billion to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Dub is a shit fuck, cringe tour, etc., etc.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
Get your words straight, Jack.
No good. No good.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.